Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Dagnan. We start tonight in Harrisburg, where Governor Tom Wolf has taken a step he says will hopefully make Pennsylvania safer. The governor signed an executive order today aimed at strengthening agencies, programs, and existing boards. Citing countless acts of violence, the governor says it's time to fix weaknesses in Pennsylvania's current gun laws. The executive order will focus on 3 main areas: community gun violence, mass shootings, and domestic gun violence, including suicides.
Signing is not an impulsive decision made in the wake of the recent mass shootings. Rather, it's the result of months of work by my administration, working with partners to find real, tangible solutions that focus on reducing gun violence, on reducing the number of people killed and terrorized by guns in our Commonwealth. The Second Amendment does not supersede the inalienable right we all have to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Every human being, every Pennsylvanian is endowed with these rights, and it's my duty, and it's all of our duty, to protect them for every Pennsylvanian. That's what this executive order is all about.
Governor Wolf adds there will be more training in schools and law enforcement as well.
We will also use prevention tactics by working with the Pennsylvania State Police again to put a greater focus on domestic terrorism and a see something, send something campaign encouraging people to report suspicions or of potential mass shootings by text message.
The governor also plans to have Pennsylvania work with other states to share information. Fire crews called to a laundromat in Wyoming overnight. The business was closed at the time, but when they arrived, there was a man police have identified as Michael Dean Inman inside doing laundry. The 29-year-old got into an argument with fire crews and was taken into custody. Police say he slammed his head into the divider in the back of a police cruiser and had to be taken for treatment. It's believed the fire on East 8th Street got its start in the basement. After being arraigned, he was released on bail. Now to Wilkes-Barre, where a man who pleaded guilty to homicide last month just pleaded guilty to forgery this month. 21-year-old Isaiah Jennings appeared before Luzerne County Judge Joseph Skolarski Jr. on charges stemming from a November 2017 incident when police say he wrote a check out to himself from another individual's checkbook and then used his debit card to withdraw funds. Jennings entered guilty pleas on counts of forgery in connection with the incident on Thursday. It was back in July when Jennings pleaded guilty to 1 count each of third-degree murder and conspiracy to commit aggravated assault for the February 7, 2018 murder of Trevor Oliver. Skolarski accepting Jennings' guilty plea on the forgery charges scheduled him to be sentenced on them September 2nd, the same time he's sentenced on the homicide charge. A 19-year-old from Hazleton facing charges of obstructing administration of law, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct by Hazleton police. Police say Diamond Truleck was arrested after she refused orders from police to drop a machete while simultaneously dispersing a disorderly crowd. Police say they found the woman screaming when they responded to North Locust and West 10th Streets for a fight in progress. Officers found a crowd in the area and had a hard time dispersing them. Once they did, they were able to take Truleck into custody. She was released on her own recognizance that day by Magisterial District Judge Joseph Zola in Hazleton. A man and a woman are locked up in Schuylkill County Prison after a fire in Pottsville early Thursday. According to Pottsville police, on Thursday, they, along with firefighters, were called to 2nd and Arch Street for a structure fire. The home at 204 North 2nd Street was secured by Pottsville code enforcement officers, and no one was permitted to be inside at the time. Pottsville fire crews made initial entry while beginning to extinguish the fire. That's when 19-year-old Tyler Hall and 19-year-old Jessica Yerger exited the basement. Both said they had illegally entered the structure about 3 days before, and Hall was found to have an active arrest warrant out of Virginia. Further investigation showed that Hall and Yerger had been illegally staying in the basement of the building and using candles for lighting. The two were each charged with criminal trespass. The investigation into the fire still ongoing. Schuylkill County officials are still trying to find ways to reduce the cost of prison costs. In order to ease overcrowding, the county currently houses 81 inmates in other prisons, paying from $65 to $70 per day for the service. During a prison board meeting, the county's prison warden said that the average number of outsourced inmates for July was 92. Inmates are housed in Center, Columbia, Lackawanna, Northumberland, and Snyder counties. The daily cost of outsourcing inmates is gouging the prison's budget with overtime costs for corrections officers. In July, the salaries and wages were over $269,000, not including overtime wages of $28,000. At full staff, the prison has 45 full-time and 5 part-time corrections officers. There are again vacancies for 1 full-time and 5 part-time. During July, the peak population at the prison, 276, with a peak female population of 57. The average population in July, 248, with 198 men and 50 women. Coming up on WYLN News, the Beehive is back on the table, plus Pennsylvania unemployment numbers. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. A nice weekend shaping up and lower humidity moving in next week. We'll be right back.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Pocono Raceway is summertime, where the kids are free, where fans become friends, where good times roll, and the racing is always a little tricky. Bring your friends, bring your family, just bring it. Pocono style. New this year, the Great Pocono Raceway Air Show.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
At the Wilkes-Barre City Council meeting last night, animals and a monument were on the agenda. As for the ordinance on animals, they gave it its first reading. The ordinance would give city departments more power to prosecute those who leave animals out in very hot or very cold temperatures for longer than 30 minutes, and those who leave animals in vehicles where they can be in harm. The other topic focused on the Beehive Monument, recently removed from Public Square. The man who was charged with disorderly conduct after attempting to remove a brick from the monument because of the controversy surrounding it says he would build a superstructure for a new one. Activist Gene Stilp suggested the city approach other downtown businesses to house the structure. No word if City Council will take him up on his offer. The Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry releasing its employment situation report for July 2019. Pennsylvania's unemployment rate rose slightly to 3.9% in July, up 0.1 of a percentage point from the record low that was held from April through June. The national rate at 3.7% was unchanged from June. Pennsylvania's unemployment rate was down 0.3 of a percentage point from July 2018. We are exactly 1 week away from high school football kicking off. WYLN's Ryan Osachi has a season preview for the Spartans.
The North Schuylkill Spartans are coming off a very successful 11-2 season after winning the District 11 Class 6A championship. Seventh-year head coach Wally Hall is satisfied with the team so far, but still feels that defending district champs have room to improve.
Right now, as a team, overall, we're pretty satisfied, but there's a lot of work to be done, until we get up into week 1. We always want to build depth. I mean, that's really important. We get some injuries or injuries do occur. We want to build depth. I mean, that's the most important thing, and get as many guys as we can playing.
Even with the loss of some key senior players, they got returning ones as well.
We lost some good seniors, from a district championship team, but we have a good number of players also back. 5 individuals on the defensive side of the ball are 4-year starters. They started since they were freshmen. Tyler Elston, Jake Green, Jalen Leiby, Zach Jawanski, and Jason Lipshaw. So we have a lot of experience. We have a good number of guys back, but like again I said, we're building on the depth of our team.
The Spartans have built a lot of chemistry. It starts in the locker room by setting their team goals together.
It is a locker room thing. Our goals and expectations, they're hanging right on the board inside of our locker room. But what's going on in that locker room is really important too, and that's our leadership and the culture that we build. A lot of games are won in that locker room and on the practice field, of course, before they head out into the field.
Coach Hall has confidence going into this season, but knows that's not the only key that you need to succeed.
You want to be confident, but you got to be aware of everything that's going on. Confidence is good, but like I said, we do have those returning players, and there is confidence, but you got to make sure you go about your business in the right way.
The North Schuylkill Spartans are kicking off their season against the Loyalsock Township Lancers Friday, August 23rd at 7 p.m. Reporting for WYLN Sports, I'm Ryan Osachi.
Coming up on Rock Glynn's News Choice, get ready. It's the Harwood Bazaar weekend. All the information coming up in Community and You. Plus, part of the fun in FunFest is trying your hand at one of the many games you can play during the event. Stay with us.
Tri-County has been keeping your office up to speed since 1969. Everything your office needs: office supplies, personal and custom business forms, business cards, office furniture, new and used office equipment, copy, print, and scan solutions with wide format capabilities. Leasing is also available, free off-street parking, and free local delivery. Tri-County Business Machines, 117 East Broad Street in Hazleton, 570-459-0754. Family owned and operated since 1969.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
The summer of Jeep, Wrangler, Cherokee, All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Your new adventure starts now. Lease a new Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport 4x4 for $299 for 36 months. Let them hear you coming in the new Jeep Cherokee Latitude Plus 4x4. Lease for just $199 for 42 months. And get 0% for 60 months plus $1,000 in bonus cash on the 2019 Jeep Cherokee. Come see why you'll be kicking it during the summer of Jeep at allamericanjeep.net.
Welcome to Community and You. We are getting ready for a party, and guess what? You're invited. Mike McMahon is here from the Harwood Fire Company. Well, first we're going to tell you about the fun. Where is it?
The fun is at 874 Old Street in Hazel Township, Pennsylvania at the Harwood Fire Company. It'll be our 19th annual Harwood Fire Company Bazaar.
Okay, when's it happening?
August 16th, 17th, and 18th. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday we're operating from 4:30 until 11 p.m. Saturday we're operating from 2 in the afternoon until 1 in the morning. And on Sunday we're operating from noon until 10 p.m.
It's going to be a lot of fun. You have a paper in front of you, and he's going to run down everything that's on that paper that you can eat at the Fire Company Bazaar. Ready, go.
Okay, we have chicken fingers, fries, and we also have our famous beef and cheddar sandwiches. If you've been to our event before, that's our staple food piece. Come down and try one. I know the price might seem like a little bit, but it's worth every bit. You're getting a 3/4 pound sandwich. We have hot dogs, hamburgers, pizza, mozzarella sticks, corn on the cob, Mrs. T's pierogies, meatball hoagies, sausage and peppers, halushki, pork barbecue, mac and cheese, and for the first time this year, we're having potato cakes again, but they're homemade batter.
Now, what are you in charge of?
I'm in charge of the bar area and the outside nightlife.
Oh, outside nightlife. Give us the details.
Okay, so Friday in the bar area, we have a band playing called Cartoon. They're from 7 to 11. On Saturday, we have Jacked Up Country. They're playing from 7 to 11. They will be directly following our Fireman's Parade, which steps off at 5 p.m. from the Bowl Arena in West Hazelton. And after Jacked Up Country's done at 11, DJ Ray will be slinging some tunes until about 1 in the morning to cap off our night. And on Sunday, we have the band Big Country of Northeastern Pennsylvania playing from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And we will have lots of drink specials and food specials on Sunday.
And this just happens to be your big fundraiser. And now tell them what happened since we last saw you.
Since we last saw, we were looking for a new engine. And in that time frame, around May, we located an engine in Long Island, New York. We went up and we checked it out. We placed a bid on it, and we have successfully secured that. We have a new 1998 Seagrave pumper sitting at our station presently. We're working on getting it in service. This is quite a lengthy process. However, it's going to serve the community for many, many years, and it is an excellent asset in addition to our fire company.
And you have been able to upgrade a little bit. So what does this have that yours didn't?
This actually has a foam system built into it. A lot of fire trucks that you would buy have you have to use a separate foam induction system to get this foam to put out chemical and gas fires and petroleum fires. Ours has it built right into the pump. Ooh. So it's just pulling a couple extra levers to add foam to the water system, and there's no extra work really involved with it.
Now, what's the work that you're doing on this, and are we going to get to see it at the bazaar?
We're hoping to be able to see it for the bazaar. We're not sure if it's going to happen yet. Right now, we are stripping the truck down, sanding it down. It's got to be painted to our colors because it's red and white right now, and everybody knows Harwood is black and yellow. We are upgrading all of the emergency lighting from old LED or old halogens and strobe lights to more energy-efficient LEDs. And we've got to get a little bit of work done for pump configuration just to kind of suit our needs and demands as a fire company versus where it was before.
So if it doesn't make it to the bazaar, there will be pictures.
Oh, there will be plenty of pictures. We're taking pictures every day as we're moving through this really exciting process of getting this engine in service.
And once again, you do have a Facebook page, so all the details are there?
Correct. Harwood Fire Company on Facebook. I believe we have an Instagram account. I'm not sure what it is right now. We just started that up. But if you look up Harwood Fire Company on Facebook, black and yellow fire trucks, can't miss us. All the information for the bazaar, for the events, everything we're doing with the new engine, it's all posted on that website.
All right, one more time. Give us the dates and the big come on down.
Okay, it's August 16th, 17th, and 18th, evening on Friday, all day on Saturday, all day on Sunday. And come on down and have a great time. We really could use the support. Without the public supporting the fire company, I don't think Harwood Fire Company would be here today. And this is a big year for us as we're celebrating our 70th year in service with the community.
And we better let everybody know where exactly the bazaar is.
874 Old Street, Hazel Township, Pennsylvania.
All right. Mike, and I grabbed him right as he was getting ready to bring in some more stuff for the bazaar. That's why he's not in his official uniform today, because he didn't want to get that all messed up before the parade. So enjoy the bazaar, the Harwood Fire Company celebrating in August, and join us here again on Community and You.
Don't make the big box mistake. Shop local and save at Grand Central in Hazleton. Get better prices than the big box store on our huge selection of furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics at Grand Central in Hazleton and at the Laurel Mall.
Krugel's Georgetown Deli has been voted Northeastern Pennsylvania's best craft beer selection several years running. Krugel's is your craft beer headquarters, and gift baskets are available for all occasions. Krugel's is home of the Crowler. Fill your Crowler up in their tap system and keep your favorite beer fresh longer. Krugel's Georgetown Deli, Wilkes-Barre Township, right next to the Big Cow. Stop in and play Keno or other Pennsylvania Lottery games. Check them out on the web at georgetowndeli.com. Have your event with Whitetail, graduation, birthday, bachelor, reunion parties? They have the most tranquil backyard experience with beautiful mountains in the background. If your company or business wants a different alternative to a golf outing, they have outings that can accommodate you. You can have the entire facility to yourself. They will work with you to set up your day of events. Sporting clay competitions, trap and wobble trap games, skeet. After a day of shooting, you'll return to a meal designed for you. Call Mike at 570-535-6123 for available group options.
Don't make the big box mistake. Shop local and save at Grand Central in Hazleton. Get better prices than the big box store on our huge selection of furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics at Grand Central in Hazleton and at the Laurel Mall.
Monday. A weekend of shootings in Wilkes-Barre topped our newscast. 3 separate incidents are under investigation. 1 was deadly. Police say 31-year-old Leon Bailey of Nanticoke was under investigation for firing shots early Sunday morning at a home on Oak Street. He was later found dead, a victim of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound in a vehicle. Another incident, this one called a drive-by, happened in the area of Hazel and Blackman Streets. Police found a man suffering from a gunshot wound near South Pennsylvania Avenue and East Northampton Street. Injuries were not life-threatening. Sunday afternoon, another incident, this one at Madison Street, involving shots being fired at a home. There were no injuries. Anyone with information on these incidents are being asked to call Wilkes-Barre Police. Tuesday, Phase 1 is now complete. The new main entrance, waiting rooms, and part of the new emergency department is open at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Phase 2 is now underway. The total project should be done in the beginning of 2020. Wednesday, the Pennsylvania Department of Human Services announced the closure of the Whitehaven State Center in Luzerne County and the Polk State Center in Venango County. The closings are expected to take anywhere up to about 3 years. Both centers are intermediate care facilities for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. According to a release from DHS, the closure reflects the Wolf administration's work to serve more people in the community, reduce reliance on institutional care, and improve access to home and community-based services, so every Pennsylvania can live an everyday life. The Whitehaven Center currently serves 112 residents on its 92-acre campus. DHS will hold public hearings within 30 days of the closure announcement to accept comments about the closure for stakeholders, officials, and the community. The hearing is scheduled for our area to take place September 12th at 1 p.m. at the Hazleton 1 Community Center on East 4th Street in Hazleton. Thursday, wage earners in the city of Hazleton will once again see higher wage tax through June of 2020. City Council approved the final reading of an ordinance that keeps the resident earned income tax rate at 1.75% and maintains the city's share of the non-resident rate at 0.85%. The resident EIT will not change from the rate that was levied in 2018, but it is higher than the 1.35% that normally is paid. Resident EITs that was placed before council was adopted with the city's financial recovery plan. The non-resident rate will remain the same through June 30th, 2020. The residents' EIT contains 0.5% for the general fund, another 0.6% levied under the Act 47 for the general fund, and 0.65% for the city pensions. Friday, Governor Tom Wolf signed an executive order making an unprecedented sweeping change to the executive branch agencies and programs to better target the public health crisis of gun violence in Pennsylvania. He was joined by advocates, legislators, cabinet secretaries, and the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency. Governor Wolf recognizes the executive action alone cannot end gun violence in Pennsylvania. He's also calling for federal assault weapons ban and will also call upon the General Assembly in Pennsylvania to pass legislation. And that is your weekend review.
That's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN TV.
Pocono Raceway is summertime, where the kids are free, where fans become friends, where good times roll, and the racing is always a little tricky. Bring your friends, bring your family, just bring it. Pocono style. New this year, the Great Pocono Raceway Air Show.
Having an intimate gathering and don't want to wrestle in the kitchen? Call Whitetail and ask about their food-to-go catering menu. They'll do the cooking, you relax, and entertain your guests. Call Mike at 570-535-6123. It's high school football time. Watch WYLN for all the local high school football action as we bring you the event, not just a highlight, like only WYLN can. Watch the game of the week right here on WYLN. We're your local network. For the best in local sports, watch WYLN TV 35. The event, not just the highlights. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.